time I was in the same phase, how to handle everything. So ah, yes, and you will get this confidence. Joe should be high. Okay. Yes. Good morning, student. Okay, guys, we are going to start with our daily current affair classes. Myself is Munde Dhananjay, and I am going to start your current affair class. And today onwards, I will take your current affair class daily on at 11 a.m. Okay, so today's important topics. Unlike others teachers, my teaching method is bit different and the simple way, simple thing. I will give you the topic. Topic will be from the GS syllabus, GS, that to the which part of the GS syllabus, and then we will go to the what exactly the topic, what is the topic, why we are discussing this topic, and the third thing is how this topic works. Okay, so let's start with our first topic, that is first GST Council. Okay, this GST Council. Guys, we are going to study this GST Council topic, but can you anyone tell me what is exactly the GST Council is? GST Council comes under GS2, GS2 quality, and in that constitutional constitutional bodies. Then this is a constitutional GST Council is a constitutional body under Article 279A. Why we are going to study this GST Council? And one more thing, this GST Council comes under Article 279A itself, comes under the financial relations between the central and state. So this GST Council overlaps with constitutional bodies also simultaneously, along with the federal physical relationship. Okay, so we will start GST Council. What is GST Council? In simple way, GST Council is nothing but the constitutional body which have some mandate. Means GST Council have the mandate to do something related with goods and services. GST Council itself, word itself mentions the Goods and Service Council. What are the goods and service? Goods and service these are nothing but a simple some kind of commodities in economic terms. We consider the service visible, invisible, goods, the commodities, and the mandate of GST Council is to recommend, not binding, recommend how to means how to impose the tax on particular goods. And this is a one nation one election under the frame of the one nation one election in 2016. We implemented this strategy that in the constitutional amendment 101. On that basis, the GST Council recommend the taxes on the goods and services. So why it was in the news? Because it was in the news yesterday. Yesterday there was 56 council meeting. Now, if the meeting is there, that means the some member will attend. Then comes to what is the composition of GST Council. The composition of GST Council is very simple. Composition of GST Council is very simple. I would say like Union Finance Minister first, second the Revenue Ministers or Finance Ministers, and third one, this is the constitutional provision, but sometimes at the present there is no constitutional emergency under Article 356 in any state. But if there is any constitutional emergency under Article 356, so representative nominated by the governor. So we should remember the nominated member any member by governor where the constitutional emergency is there, that is under 356. Okay, so this is composition. If composition is there, that means they are coming together, so they will do something. What they will do? They will do certain acts, and this is a 56th meeting. That means already they have done they have done something from the starting, like I think first meeting on the 22nd of September 2016, there was a first meeting of GST council. So from there onwards till this 56 meeting, GST council has taken some reform, some very tremendous reforming decisions which will boost the cooperative federalism. So now we are going to discuss the significance of GST council, and UPSC has asked question on the like why we are considering composition is there. Now the significance. In this, I would suggest the best approach is like go to the individual meeting. If you go to the GST council official site, if you visit this site, you will get comprehensive and authentic detail. No need to visit any class website or something, or no need to refer any. Go to this website, you will get official details of the GST council. Okay, now come to the significance of GST council. The first significance, in like if you want to give our answer in very comprehensive manner, so first is just remember the meetings. For example, there was one meeting, e-way bill system, e-way bill system implemented in which GST council meeting? 24th GST council meeting. This will give you additional age. Then next is green energy. Green energy, green energy, some exemption of the taxes, green energy, some code or exemption from the GST regime. So this was given under 36th meeting. Okay, then the 34th meeting, this 34th meeting, they gave particularly about the real estate something scheme. Okay, real estate exemptions. Exemption that reform or transformation from the tax slab. From there are 5 tax slabs at the present, and we are trying to make it like Australia regime, or like in Australia there is like combination of one tax slab. Similarly, the New Zealand. So in 35th, we are real estate related reforms. Real estate reforms. And yesterday, that means that means that means 56 meeting. What yesterday the decision, like normalization, or I would say ki simplification of simplification of tax slabs. Okay, so this is simplification of the tax slab. Now, what exactly this is the significance of the GST council? We have prepared, we have constituted the GST council. Then next, GST council have some membership composition. Then GST council has played some important role in the last 6 to 7 years of GST implementation. So these are the 4 to 5 points, and you can mention. But my point is this: key, there should be something different. It's not like a recommendation on goods, recommendation on the services. No, our approach, if you follow this kind of approach, I have recently followed in the mains, this kind of approach will help and will give a deeper understanding. Examiner will see this guy know the 24th meeting also, this guy know the 36th meeting also, and this guy know the 56th meeting also. So this is this is the way we can make our answer more comprehensive. This is like in the manner we are going, what the my simple formula is, no? We are studying each and every concept as a answer writing format. Even the GST council comes under GS2 syllabus, Polity GST Council, even the physical federal relationship. Okay, now this is the significance of GST Council meetings. But one more thing, if we have constituted the body, if that body is working something, then while working body will face some issues. So what are these issues? So we will study that issues. And broadly, I have classified it in three. One is at implementation level. What exactly the issues are there? One is a federalism level, you can say, and procedure. Under this implementation, in last 6 to 7 years experience of GST that shows that first is implementation level. There is too much complexity. Around, I would say, in a year, 300 to 400 returns has to file. This is the number for the small businessman who is like staying in the very far flung area of the India, and he is filing this much. How he will be handled? Yes, there is exception, but the most of the India's market is 90%. I would say 99 MSME. Most of the MS. That's why the USS therapy is affecting India. In this also, I would say 90% are of micro only, and that too two-third in rural area or tier 2 cities, tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So first is implementation level returns, complex, very complex procedure is very complex. We are not able to, means those who are the businessmen, they are not able to file because there is complexity of. And the second one, same the complexity, implementation level, 5 tax slab, 0%, 5%, 12%, 28%, 18%. Okay, so these are the tax slab. And in this, what is happening? Last in 54th meeting, there was issue tax on the cooked paneer and open paneer. That was the issue. These small issues, but this constitutional body has faced the issue of the how to tax. So small paneer, packed paneer, and the open paneer. So this was the issue. Because of this complex tax slab structure. Okay, implementation. These are the issue. Now federal level means the federal. First issue is compensation. If you are aware about the things, there are around 2.25 lakh crore are due on union government. This is the why I am giving this fact, because facts are very important to justify your points. Without facts, you are not able to justify your point. This compensation, there was a scheme like compensation says for the 5 years from 2017 to 2022, but that scheme ended in 2022, and there is no kind of mechanism to support the revenue deficit for the state government. And from this 5 years term, still this much amount is spent due on the central union government. Okay, so can you imagine that this much, and how fiscal federalism will work? The second thing is voting rights. Voting rights, this voting rights, I mean to say that one third one third voting right given to the union government, and remaining two-third that has given to the all state government. And can you imagine, most of the state are ruled by either those party in the union level ruling, or then how they will make the consensus. This is the voting right. And indirectly it gives veto. Okay, we are federal federalism challenges, federal challenges. In this, first is compassion. Second one, 1.25 lakh crore. Second one is voting right. Indirectly, 75% decisions are taken by the consensus, but the rest of the decisions, most of the time, union government vetoed it. Means because of one third union government, and the second one, two-third state government, all state government. All state government. So this is the means voting rights distribution. But important thing is what is important thing? Most of the state is ruled by the party which is ruling at the union level, center level. So what issue will arise? Those who are in the opposition, they will raise the issue. Same happened in 2022. Kerala government approached the Supreme Court under Article 131 because because union government was not paying the due to state government, particularly Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So they approached under this. The issue will arise. Now, at a third federal challenges from the starting onwards, there was issue of cooperative federalism. Issue of the cooperative federalism. Does GST is leading towards the competitive federalism? In this, what happened? The third is as per the even the PB Mehta, he rightly found in present state is combative federalism. Because the GST itself is destination based tax. Because of this nature, states are those who are producing and those who are means those who are going to sell this competitive federalism means they are competing with each other, compacting. Earlier there was competition, cooperation, but now compacting each other. So this is a third issue. Now our fourth is procedural issues. What are the procedural issues? Okay. So these three are the procedural issues. First one is transparency. Who is deciding the meeting? Union government. What they are taking decision, that is not in domain. Except the particular forum, they will decide that this is a taken out, and that even within the procedure how they are deciding. Sometimes there was the issue in 2020 regarding the imposition of the levy on COVID drugs. So the transparency issue arises. Most important, digital divide. As earlier I mentioned, 30% of India's MSME lack internet connectivity. In this, you can mention the informal nature of economy. 81% according to Economic Survey 2024-25. This is the informal nature, and because of this digital divide, in informal nature, because of this digital divide, how if you how you can file the return? You have to file you have to update in the GST. If you have to update the GST and network, okay, GST network, then exemptions. Exemptions are mostly, sometimes they have given arbitrary exemptions. In one meeting, in suddenly one meeting before the 2024 general election, GST Council took decision that 227 goods transformed to I think 5 or 12% tax slab. So this is arbitrary exemption, arbitrary giving the things. And still, even though might be some student are thinking that petrol, diesel, and electricity is under the GST, but it is exempted. It is mentioned in the GST Council. It is mentioned in the GST Act, but not there. Currently, there is no levy of GST on the particular this 3 4 because they are the main source of revenue for the state government. Okay, exemption and the informal nature of economy. Currently, india's economy around 81% is informal in nature, and that is indirectly or directly impacting the GST collection. Okay, so these are the issues, but does everything is blurred, does everything is GST is not working? No. Even though this is the issue, I would say in the month of July, something around 1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh, this much GST we have collected. And according to the tax slab, July 2025. This is the collection of GST. Highest. This is the, and in April month, April 2025, there was 1.20 lakh crore, that was the highest. And GST is third largest contributor. First is income tax. 24%, might be this number will change, but sequence is same. Corporation tax, I think this is 28, this is a 28, this is 28.2, this is 28 point something, and even the GST is on the same line. So these three are biggest contributor of the taxes. Okay, this is GST. This is around 25 to 27%. And this is economic survey data 2024-25. So this is a GST. So how we can make this GST to contribute as a in a real spirit, good, one nation one tax. So there are suggestions given by the scholars, there are suggestions given by the simple. Our approach is simple. We have mentioned the we have mentioned the three level challenges. One is, what was the challenges, I would say this one: procedure, issues, the implementation. Okay, implementation, procedure, federal. Okay, done. Now come to the way forward. Way forward, simple, same approach. See, use this approach while writing answers. Okay, implementation level, federal level, and procedural level. What we can do at implementation level? Recently, central government has GST Appellate Tribunal. This was constituted by 14 in 49 GST meeting. So, if is there any issue, we can make it the GSTN. And then the third thing, digitalization, Digital India Mission. Around 6 lakh gram panchayat and local areas are get connected by this Digital India Mission. So this will improve your penetration of the internet access and internet accessibility. Okay, so this is a GSTN. And make sure that you are writing this in your answers. If you write this in your answer, this will give additional age, because you are explaining, okay, what are the implementation level challenges, these are the challenges, how we can address. So GST is a, we can make the GST and appellate tribunal, so it will be easy to resolve the dispute. Then the digital issues are there, digital accessibility is not there, so Digital India Mission. Then one more thing, I would say कि to make a formalization of economy, we have PLI, MSME Credit Guarantee Scheme, and even under this PLI, Priority Sector Lending. Okay, PSL norm. Sorry. What this PLI will do? This is a 2025 mains also UPSC asked what exactly PLI and success of PLI. What PLI will do? PLI will support the business, and business at once the business will grow, the GST collection will grow, and the automatically the tax base, and that will help in the countries building a Vikasit Bharat by 2047. Okay, so this PLI, digital intervention, now federal. We have some channels, federal level. We have some channels, that is interstate council, that the second one is Niti Ayog, any other, and then the informal council, zonal councils. Make sure that these three mechanisms will work in tandem. If they work in tandem, then what will happen? This will resolve the federal disputes and the prompt response from the union minister, and this is the constitutional or institutional mandate. But informally, party level meetings by union government. This is also one of the channel which we can activate, and we can make a federal, we can resolve the federal issues in very smooth way. Okay, now come to the procedure level challenges. Procedure, what are the procedure level challenges? Transparency, there was some transparency issue was there, the digital payment, already we have discussed the digital issue. But the in transparency level, make sure the minutes of meeting. Minutes of meeting will be disclosed. Then consensus rather than voting, and expert views. So this will be the kind of, I would say, first minutes of meeting. The second one is consensus building rather than the voting, because voting will be make formal, but the consensus building will give you the confidence. That is a trust, and trust is very important to run the federal and all the vehicles of the constitutions. Okay, and expert views, like there are expert like Ashok Gulati always used to talk about the agriculture tax reforms and everything, so we can use some expert views, particularly ashok gulati Ashok Gulati in agriculture, in agri domain, Harish Damodaram in agri domain, then in MSME, you can mention the Suresh Prabhu panel, because these are the official records. So procedural challenges we can overcome by this way. So now I will conclude the GST topics. GST topics, the simple. Now GST topic is over. Thoroughly, I think I have covered the all dimensions, but still I will once again remember you, like in our GS2 syllabus, there are two portions. Okay, one is constitutional bodies and federalism. Under this GST Council is coming. Okay, under this both heading, and we have discussed the what exactly the GST Council, what is it, then its composition, its mandate, its work, significance in last 7 8 issues. Issues also we have discussed at 3 level. Way forward, and lastly I would say conclusion, because most of the time now we forgot to how to write. Just mention in conclusion, just mention in the conclusion that one nation one tax reform is a very holistic to make India as a superpower, as a developed India by 2047. This will be your concluding remark. Introduction you can start what is it, but in conclusion you should mention, you want to write, okay, just this is a GS2 syllabus. In that we have studied the polity. Here is polity, because in GS2 also we have 4 portions. IR is there, social justice is there, and the next one is governance. Okay, in this the GST Council is comes under this. So this is the exact structure. And what exactly the GST Council? Apart from this, if you see the last 6 to 7 years question, UPSC has asked only 2019 or 20. What are consist of the GST Council? But this year, I think they have mentioned the what are the constitutional bodies. They have given the GST Council, National Security Council, and Interstate Council. Second, mandate. This is the composition. What is it? Composition, mandate, significance. Mandate. What is the mandate of GST Council? Okay, I will write it once again. Mandate, significance, then issues, way forward, and conclusion. Try to, while you are making notes, try to make sure that you are writing conclusion, because conclusion is very very important. Okay, guys. So now we will next move to the our next topic. What is that? You have written all the topics. We see, they will not ask you. There are two chances they will ask the question. First is they will ask directly the GST Council what are the issues, and the second one is federalism, federal vehicle means in 2000. So we have to same point will be there, because if Niti Aayog is working properly, they are taking cooperative federalism, automatically GST Council work properly. And if GST Council and Niti Aayog will work properly, the federalism, broader heading is federalism. Consider as a federalism, constitution is this building, and the one in this one floor is the federalism. In that floor, the GST Council and Niti Aayog is the one room. So this is our room. In this way, you can understand this. So Niti Aayog, interstate, this is all compartment. Don't do compartmentalization. This is a comprehensive. I have explained the two topics. If you understood, I have explained the two topics. What are these topics? These topics are, first is your federalism also. I have covered indirectly the all the issues, challenges, federalism also, and certain most important the GST Council also. Both we have covered. So now we will move forward to the our next topic, that is, let me critical minerals. Okay, critical minerals. Okay, so we are critical minerals. Now, first is critical minerals. Break this. First will come minerals. Then will come ferrous, non-ferrous. This is the same, but in these minerals, critical minerals will come. And this topic I have taken from the All India Radio. All India, yes, yes, all India Radio. So the minerals, critical minerals. Now, under which GS this topic come? This topic comes under. There are multiple dimensions, but the most important dimension is our specifically mentioned is the in GS3 also, GS3 economy. And in economy they have mentioned the infrastructure, energy, port, minerals. Okay, and in GS1 geography. So this topic, and I will cover the both dimensions how this critical minerals. So first question will arise, what is critical minerals? See, what is critical minerals? There is certain official definition of critical mineral. Mines and Minerals Act 1957 as amended in 2023. Critical minerals are the minerals which are mentioned in the schedule 1 of MMRDA Act, Mines and Minerals Act 1957. Okay, and these are 30 minerals. So this is the official definition of the critical minerals. Mines and Minerals Act 1957 as amended in 2023. Critical minerals are defined as the minerals which are notified by the Union government under Schedule 1, which mention the 30 critical minerals. Union government has notified the 30 critical minerals, and critical minerals are whole and sole authority of mining, leasing, everything is about Union government, because they are considered as a one of the component of the major minerals. This major, minor and critical. This classification has given under Mines and Minerals Act 1957. Okay, this is official classification. What earlier I have mentioned, that is the geographical class. This is mine M and MMRD Act. I will just a minute. Critical mineral. Okay, critical mineral. These are mentioned under schedule 1. I think I probably 1 only. I'm not sure, but the definitely schedule 1 of Mines and Minerals Act 1957 as amended in 2023, because in 2023 UPSC, sorry, Union government amended this act and they mentioned the third category, Mines and Minerals Act 1957 as amended in 2023. In that they have mentioned the whatever the minerals notified by the Union government under the Schedule 1 of the Mines and Minerals Act, that is called the critical minerals. There is no as such definition, but this is the official definition. UPSC has asked this definition in 2025 prelims. Okay, so critical. Why we want to study critical mineral first of all? There are other minerals also, but we are more focusing on the critical minerals. Now, come to the next is why. Why critical minerals? And answer is simple. Recently, Donald Trump imposed tariff on us, but Donald Trump did not able to impose tariff on the China. Why? Because USA is 70% dependent on China for critical minerals import, and these critical minerals are backbone of industrial revolution 4.0, that is AI chips. AI chips, then the chat generative AI, semiconductor, even semiconductor also, aerospace. Okay, we will mention, but this is the why we want to study. Because of this I will give the and the best approach. Okay, you want to write? Okay, I will give you I will give you the exactly minerals and their applications, particular minerals, because this is just a general idea. There are certain minerals, like I would say, first take a cobalt, nickel, graphite, then rare earth metals, copper, rubidium, antimony you can mention. There are 30 overall. 30 critical minerals are there in the schedule 1. Okay, cobalt, where we can use in health sector also, and in I would say in this particularly cobalt aerospace, nickel, batteries, e-vehicles. Okay, graphite, 3D structuring. Then rare earth, they have tremendous application in most any field. I would say even the agri, health, aerospace. These rare earth metals you can mention in most all domains. Particularly the most important is health, industrial revolution, manufacturing, chip manufacturing, copper, alloy, heavy industries. Okay, and then the last one is antimony. This is specifically in the dental health dental. Then the one more antimony, I forgot the application, but there is one, fire retardant. Antimony is used as a fire retardant in the aerospace flights and everything. Okay, so this is fire retardant. Just while they ask the significance of critical minerals, we have to mention the mineral. This approach I have implemented in the 2025 mains, and this helped me a lot. Because this, see, guys will mention the particular in health sector, aerospace, but if you give the examples, okay, cobalt is used in the health sector, then the nickel is used in the battery like lithium, then the same graphite is in the 3D. This will give you age additional one. If you get the 1 mark extra, your rank will be boost like anything. I would say there was one 297. He scored very 2 marks less than his competitor, his friend, and 297, and the rank jump 50 seats. Okay, 50 places. So this is the approach we can implement. The significance why we want this is indirectly why is the applications of the critical minerals. Okay, now most important, why exactly we want to study the critical minerals, that we know. But does our government is doing something? If critical minerals are that much important, then definitely our government is doing something. So government, yesterday, why we are studying this topic, why in the news is this only. What is this? Yesterday, critical mineral scheme support scheme has launched by union government with support of 16,000 crore. Mention this amount because this amount will give some additional knowledge, like kind of fact. Critical mineral support scheme, exploration. So this is why in the news, critical mineral exploration scheme with the budgetary outlay of 16,000 crore. This is the scheme. Okay, now come to the next point. We have studied why, then why in the news also. Now come to the what the initiatives government has taken to boost overall the production. This is just one scheme, but government has taken many other initiatives which will help India to become self-reliant in the critical mineral. The first and foremost important is China. China mostly because China produce 90% of critical minerals, and this is the age China is having. That's why USA Donald Trump, so-called tariff Donald Trump, is not able to impose a tariff on the China because 90% critical minerals and rare earth metals are reserves in the China, and they are exporting. China includes Taiwan also. Okay, so initiatives: critical mineral mission 2025 with outlay of budgetary outlay. I think it is something. Okay, I don't know this. I will mention this figure, but this is the critical mineral mission 2025 done. The second one is once again PLI to boost the domain. Third one, this is a geological survey of India has found lithium reserve in J and K 2023. Similarly, okay, I will give you a simple diagram. Let me draw the India's map. This is I have drawn in the UPSC main paper also. This is the simplest way. Here is lithium. Arunachal Pradesh, vanadium. Karnataka, Mandya. Here is also lithium. Here you can make, here is copper, bit cobalt. Here cobalt, iron, then and you can find traces of antimony. So you can mention this map also there. Okay, how we can exactly the distribution of the minerals, and in geography they will ask distribution of critical uneven distribution of critical minerals. So this is the map. You can just simple. This is a very simple map. As because my handwriting and drawing is not good, but I have tried, and means they should know that you know where exactly the located. So this is the critical minerals, and government has done the geological survey of India has given around 250 exploration licenses. This is the initiatives and government of India critical mineral partnership. This is an international initiative. Critical mineral partnership. Critical mineral partnership. These are initiatives at an international level. This three one are domestic level. Okay, this supply chain initiative with Japan, and recently India has signed the agreement with Japan India critical mineral partnership. Okay, this is the 31st of August. India, this is the 31st Japan India partnership. Then India has acquired Kabil. Kabil is state central PSU. Okay, Kabil is central PSU. And this Kabil in Argentina, they have acquired the Atacama something. I forgot the name exactly, but one province is there. We have acquired three lithium reserve there, and our Kabil is working. Similarly, in Bolivia also, and the this so-called lithium triangle, we are engaging with bilaterally with the lithium triangle countries. So our dependence on China will reduce. This government has this initiatives has taken by the governments at a policy level, at a so-called legislative level, and at the international level. But despite having this much initiatives, what are the still issues persist? The issues persist is these are issues domestic level, domestic level, then second one is global level. Even in domestic level, you can divide it into two parts: geographical and non-geographical factors, issues. Okay, now this geographical factors, reserves. We have very less reserves. I would say there are around only 10% of total, not 10% also, but lithium is 10%. The second one is uneven distribution, capacity, capacity, not capacity building. We don't have the capacity to explore the so-called state of art, the technology to just extract the critical minerals. So these are the issues, and most important, government support. Government support is lacking. We have shown the 16,000 budget for the outlay, but exactly how much is reaching to the to those who are exploring? That is the question. Okay, so these are the geographical factors. Another one is non-geographical. You here you can mention the capital, then the restrictions, then mine and minerals regulation. There was option where the 240 out of this only 50 to 60 mines are option because of the long gestation period and the policy inconsistency. This is the non-geographical. Now come to the global, international, global factors. Okay, global factors. Global fact challenges, issues. These global challenges include the India's vulnerability. India import around 80% from China. India USA recent trade war uncertainty, I would say, trade conflict. Then India's border issue also, you can mention India's border. Recently there was thaw between India and China, but still we are importing large number. This 3 to 4 points you can mention, and even the in triangle zone, lithium triangle, Argentina government has changed recently, and that government is not supportive of the India. Okay, so this is the global level issues. Now, if issues are there, we have to give way forward. So, what are the way forwards? First one, Atmanirbharta. How we can develop this Atmanirbharta? Self-reliance. Build your own capacity. Provide institutional support. Financial support. Okay. Then exploration. This is self-reliant. In capacity building, you can mention National Critical Mineral Mission. You should not just mention the point. You have to give the example. Then only they will able to. This is internal structure and institutional mechanism. National Critical Dedicated Agency, like National Critical Mineral Exploration Agency. Similarly, as we have seen in the Australia or China, there was a special agency. We don't have that agency. Our Ministry of Earth Sciences, that only managing the critical minerals. So we should have this national critical mineral energy agency. Okay, then this financial support. Financial support companies are getting under PLI, but that is not that much sufficient, because under PLI I think around 1.5 lakh crore something distribution is there. 1.5 lakh crore. Exploration. How we can explore the private players of participation? But to develop these things, we need long term. This will be the in long term. But in at immediate, US is imposing tariff on us. So at immediate, in short term, what we can do? We can do these things at a global level. We can do first thing, like is partnership. Partnership. And the classical example is India, Japan, mineral partnership trade. Mineral partnership 2025. This is just into, I think, 13th of August this agreement is signed. Okay, like-minded countries partnership. Then what we can do? Diversify our import. Latin America has good potential to replace the China, because the dragon will always try to eat the elephant. So elephant should be aware. That means the India should be aware that this Latin America can provide the alternative to the China, even though the distance and everything cost will be very high. But this can be a potential and feasible and desirable diversification way. Okay. The third one, engage with countries like Australia. We have supply chain initiative, Japan, Australia, and India. Under this, Australia has very good resource of this rare earth metals and everything. So Australia also, in short term, Australia also can support us in the supplying this critical minerals. So this will be the global level issues and way forward. This six point done. So overall, now come to the conclusion. Conclusion. As similarly, critical minerals are the lifeblood of the Industrial Revolution 4.0. And if India want to become a superpower in critical mineral, India should be a self-reliant in the critical minerals. Okay, so this will be your conclusion. How relate your critical minerals with Industrial Revolution 4.0, then India's dream as a superpower. Because a country which is just begging for dependent on other, that country cannot become superpower. So if country want to become superpower, country should be self-reliant, as we have seen the USA. Okay. Now I will give you briefly once again. Tell you the topic: GS3, economy; GS1, geography; here infra and other energy resources, and here mineral directly point the distribution of the minerals. Okay, in this topic comes under critical minerals. And critical minerals, what is it, significance, in short, applications, then government initiatives, domestic level, global level. domestic level, global level. Then the next will be challenges and way forward along with conclusion. So guys, what we are going to do, this will be is our why I am always focusing on this. Most of the time what happens, we are running behind the content which is provided by the classes, but this is, we should remember the syllabus, UPSC official notification syllabus. From there, that is our first and foremost source, first and last, paramount important. Decode the each and every word. If you decode each and every word, you will get the idea exactly. This critical mental is very small topic, but UPSC has asked question in 2025. UPSC has asked in prelims also, mains also. But if we are not able to connect this critical minerals topic with where we can mention, we are not able to write the answer. We are not able to solve the question. So we should know from which point this topic is related, from which topic this is a main thing. So this is simple, and make sure that you are writing, you are making understanding that this critical mental topic in this way. This is our approach, and daily what we are going to do, this will be, I think, already time is 1 hour 12. I will take another topic, but in tomorrow. But overall, what exactly my point is, daily we are going to take a topic from the PIB, means newspaper will be there. But how UPSC, does UPSC mention that the Hindu is official source? Does UPSC mention the Hindu is officials for the current affair? No. Indian Express? No. So don't run behind the Hindu and Indian Express. Why? The reason is being they are the not official sources. And why we should focus on the official sources? Official sources, because UPSC has to have to prove any question. If they challenge it, if any aspirant challenge the particular question, UPSC has to prove that question. So UPSC, what UPSC generally do, they will follow the PIB and all India radio, or in this PIB there are three sections: press releases, or one more thing, one source is there, annual reports of ministries. Aspirant, believe me, this is the official sources, and if we follow this kind of sources, this will cover, this will cover this will cover your PIB also, this will cover your GS also, mains also, and prelims also. So there is no need to focus on other. I would say you can read this for just kind of the analysis part, not for the kind of this the Hindu and Indian Express, to get the idea. In this also specifically explainer page, in this also the case study, that's it. Okay, so daily we will discuss particular subject, and the whole week what are the topics are like. Today we have discussed the economy portion. Tomorrow we will discuss social justice. The similarly daily work we will take one subject and we will cover it. Sometimes we will take two subjects also. If social justice is there, the same as social issues we can discuss. Okay, so this is our exactly the format, and daily I will take a lecture at 11 a.m. only. Okay, thanks aspirant.